What is up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we are back at Danny's place because we're going to be talking about something that initially I wasn't going to do to the Jeep. So initially I was just going to do the axles and put it on the same setup that I have on the Jeep, but right now we got a really good deal to work with a company that I really appreciate a lot, and I think it's one of the best companies out there in terms of suspension upgrades. And I mean, the opportunity presented, and I think it's going to be a lot better now. So we decided to go with this Rock Link system from Iron Rock Off-Road, and I think this is by far one of the best systems that you can get right now for the Jeep Cherokee XJ, because it converts the regular lift springs on the rear for the XJ to true 4-link long arm, which allows for more flex and allows for more better ride quality on the streets.
It's much more flex, much more of a better ride quality on the streets. We're gonna have a lot more travel. We're gonna be able to climb things easier. We're gonna be able to flex over things easier. This is much stronger in the long run than having leaf springs. This kit's really awesome. It comes with everything you need. It came with all the hardware. You don't have to do no guessing. You just got to find out where it goes. It came with a bunch of cross members that are needed for this swap that we don't have to make ourselves or try to figure out. We have cross members for the back, cross members for the front, cross members with control arms, mounts. It even has a little skid plate. We have more lower control arm mounts. Everything's nicely powder coated. All the welds look nice. We have a bunch of brackets for the axles. Everything's very well cut. We already tested them on the axles and everything's a perfect fit. We don't have to do any grinding or anything. We got control arm mounts. When we first got them, everything came very clean. I mean, obviously we had it out for a couple days, and this is gonna happen with things that are not coated with any oil. It's steel, so it's a given. We have the upper control arm mounts. These are pretty cool because they have little key points here, and all we have to do is just put it here, line this up with whatever we want to do, put it on, connect it, and we're good to go.
And it fits super nice.
Yeah,
it gives you like a good
perfect connection.
So in order to weld, this is really nice because you already have.
That's gonna make my day a lot easier. It's gonna make it's gonna be a way quicker job. We just gotta put it on, tack weld it, double check everything, and then do a full weld. We got shock mounts. These are pretty good. We have a bunch of brackets for the cross members. We have a bunch of items for the bump stops. We could adjust them, put different lengths. So not only do we have the adjustability with the control arms, now we could adjust how much travel he's gonna get up and down. These are the bushings that are gonna go inside the control arms. So we have, it's pretty much a polyurethane with a metal ring and the uni-ball. And the control arms, now that we're talking about that, so this is gonna go on the frame side, and then depending on where we're connecting, this is the front, so this is going to go on the axle, this is going to go on the frame side, but the rear has a kind of like an OEM style bushing for the axle, and what that's going to do is going to help absorb a lot more vibrations from the street. And then he's going to have the flex of the uni-ball in the frame side, so he's going to be able to have that flex and that strength. So all in all, it's a really thick tubing wall. Everything's again powder coated nicely black, and we have some nice adjustments here. So if we need to make an adjustments for alignment, or even possibly get a little bit of stretch out of it, nothing crazy, but maybe up to half an inch or an inch to accommodate the clearance issues and all that, it's gonna be really easy. It came with a bunch of little pieces that we don't have to look for. Everything came from Crown. We have bushings from them for the bump stops. It came with brake lines, which is something that we need to do with this when we lift it. It's an all-around kit. Everything you need is one package. The only thing we need to do is get springs and shocks, which is really easy. There's a bunch of different parts. We could even probably use his original ones. He has the Fox shocks already, and then depending on how much lift he wants to get, we could go with different springs. We're not sure what company. Maybe Iron Rock has recommendations, and we could just go with what they say.
All right, so another thing that we talked about in the last video, I think, was the situation with the wheels, right? Because we couldn't find an adapter from whatever I have on my wheels to adapt it to the new axles. So we need to go with different wheels. And believe me, this is something that I didn't want to do. I wanted to keep my wheels because I really like them, but that's not gonna be possible. So we decided to go with a different type of wheels, and we got these KMC Machetes. I think those are the
Machetes for JK.
I gotta tell you, these are super clean. They're used, but they are super clean. These are 17 by 10. I mean, they're super nice. I think we're gonna do some custom work, like some custom paint, because I don't really like the shiny finish on the rings. Maybe we can do like a dark gray on them, and then maybe in the future paint the wheels, or even before putting the wheels we can do some work to the paint. But I mean, they're pretty cool. They still have a nice offset, as you guys can see.
They're honestly, in my opinion, I think this is a better option for your Jeep. I mean, those are Steelies. These are bead locks.
Yeah.
Bead locks off-road get you a bunch more traction. You can air down to 2 psi if you want to, and you're not gonna pop the bead. If you do that on his wheels, you're gonna pop the bead. You're gonna have to re-bead it in the trails. It's another headache. This is gonna save you a headache. You're gonna get a tons more traction, and they look pretty good. You could tell the person he bought it from didn't really off-road that hard. I mean, there's some little minor scratches, but it's nothing like crazy like rock rash. The paint's still good. The valve stems are good. But these are great wheels. They've been tested by a bunch of people online, and I've never heard of anything bad from them. So I'm expecting them to be good for his Jeep.
So another thing that we need to talk is what you have been doing to the axles, because the last time the axles were complete, and now you disassemble it.
Everything's pretty good. I mean, the seals were good. Everything was greased up because, like we said before in the last video, he bought them from someone that did rebuild them. Now, the person rebuilt them for a Wagoneer. So he kept the stock gears, stock steering. It's a stock axle, and we have to do a lot of things to put even the truss on and just make it stronger. We found out there's 272 gears in it. We need to run at least 488s for him to run 37s. We need to add a locker. If he wants to do a locker, I would suggest we do so we have more traction off-road. Now will be a good time. We could do shafts in the future. It's not a big deal now.
So as you guys can see, I think I'm gonna put a video that Danny did about in his channel, which I'm gonna link his channel on the description of this video, so you guys can see in detail what he did to the axle. But all these markings right here, that means that's pretty much what he has to cut from this axle. So remember, the Jeep Wagoneers, they came with lid springs front and back. So in order for you to adapt this axle to the XJ, we need to cut.
In order to get the truss on, we gotta cut the casting here.
Yeah.
We gotta cut about 3 inches in, cut a straight line all the way around, and then do a couple diagonal cuts, and then pretty much chisel it off, and then clean it up. That's gonna give us a space to put the truss that goes all the way around, and it connects right about here and then to here. The same thing for the back. We have to cut off the track bar bracket, leaf springs bracket, and the shock mounts. And after that, they're pretty much built and ready to go on.
And one more thing that I forgot to add, to show you before, this is the rest of the long arms. So we have 4 for the rear, and then we have 3 in the front, which, I mean, it's pretty awesome because it'll give us a true long arm kit, front and back.
Yeah, he's gonna have something exactly like mine. Yeah. He's gonna be able to flex a lot more. I plan on taking him with me to go off-roading like across the country if we want to, and have it drive back. So that's the goal. And then if you want to do that, you gotta do things right from the beginning.
I think that's the beauty of this kit. It comes with everything you need to install it. I mean, when you look at what you get for what you pay for, it's unbelievable. Everything you need. And also this allows the body of the Jeep itself to be more reinforced, because as you guys know, these Jeeps are unibody. They don't have a true frame.
It's not like the YJ, the TJs, or the JKs where it's a single frame that goes 2 bars across the whole vehicle. So not only is this gonna mount all of our parts, but it's gonna stiffen up the XJ, and it's gonna make for a great ride. Everything's painted already. He doesn't have to paint them. Everything's nicely like cut. Like, so not only is this gonna save you money, it's gonna save you a bunch of time like trying to figure out things. This is just throw it on and go.
And another issue for the Jeep Cherokee XJ is that from factory they don't have a lot of clearance, so you have to make up for that clearance by cutting all the fenders. I mean, on the YJs or even in the JKs, they have a lot more clearance than on this Jeep, so we definitely have to make some room for it. Right now I'm running this Bushwhacker plastic fender flares. I think in order for me to run bigger tires, I would say 37s, I will need to make this a little bit bigger. I think we don't have a lot of clearance for 37s. I mean, we can mount the 37s in here, but we're not gonna have a lot of flex out of it. But that's it, guys. I think that's a video for today. We talked about the new suspension upgrade. We talked about what we're gonna be doing to the axles and what we found on the axles. And then finally, we talked about these wheels, which I think are great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.
Later, guys.
Thank you.